So thank you very much, everyone, for coming along, and welcome to this, our September Business Partner Advisory Council meeting. This meeting, let's say we've had in the last 2 months quite a lot of disruption, both in terms of development, which Elizabeth will tell you about, but personally I've essentially had to take quite a lot of time away from the office.
Take a look at our calendars, and presuming yours is up to date, I'll find some time. Yes, absolutely.
Guys, can you,
no problem.
I'm muting everyone there, just to make sure that we're not hearing background conversations coming in. I've been, regrettably, I had quite a lot of time out during August, not just for the holidays, but we had a family bereavement, and then also needing to make care arrangements for another relative. But we're back, and we are, it's very fortunate we are meeting just after we've made a release of a patch, and we're going to be filling you in on that, the development process for 2025 R2, the progress that we're making, and some of the longer term thinking that we're engaged in. So it is fantastic that we are able to meet, able to tell you things, and able to actually share some very strong and good news. And so I'm delighted that today it's just going to be Elizabeth and myself talking, but we nevertheless have some strong content to be able to share with you. I'm going to start off and then hand over to Elizabeth, who will talk to you about the development aspects. Elizabeth is the CRM engineering and support manager for Sage. She's my line manager. We work in a team. It's a very collegiate, very small. I think we're trying to make it a very see a job that needs doing, do that job. We're just getting on with it in a very entrepreneurial, small startup style way of working, and that actually has some of the effects of what we're able to do. We're achieving quite a lot of velocity in the work that we're doing at the moment. Now, the purpose of this meeting is actually to make sure that you understand what we're doing with Sage CRM, that you understand that we do have both a philosophy of what we're attempting to do. So we're working with a vision, we're working with a set of principles, and we are taking into account market needs as well. So we are carrying out analyses of that. So we're understanding the strategy, making sure that you are happy with that, so you can feed back to us and make suggestions, and how you can also help us identify blind spots in the product and in the integrations that we have, as well as seeing how quickly we're able to respond to change the way in which we are prioritizing our development. And it's all really to make sure that you feel happy with us, so that that your role as partners and development partners feels much more validated and stronger with us. You get a sense of that. And the pulse is that we try and do this every other month, so we end up, depending on where it fills, with Christmas and New Year, and about 5 or 6 times a year. I am going to keep repeating this, I think, all the way through this year, because we are in a period of recovery, if you like, about uncertainty about where Sage CRM sat inside the Sage portfolios. Sage is fully committed to Sage CRM. We have an active roadmap now until 2030. I am going to be talking about the roadmap, as well as teasing you a little bit about the roadmap a little bit later on. We are all about making sure that we are delivering a highly profitable product to Sage. So Sage likes us because we're a very profitable product that delivers value to the company, and that it has, because of its nature of its design and its long-standing architecture, means that it does develop and integrate with products such as 100, Sage 300, X3, Sage Intacct, either directly or through ISV integrations. And we value the ISV integrations as much as we value the inbuilt integrations that Sage produces. We're committed to this idea of there is still a market and an appropriate delivery point for customers who are wanting to deliver CRM within an on-premise environment or a hybrid environment, just as much within a managed cloud environment. We have a very strong total cost of ownership and return on investment story. It's very transparent in terms of our costings and our licensing changes that we're trying to implement as quickly as we can through all of the different operating companies, is trying to emphasize that point. And of course, we are working and aligning ourselves as much as we can with the accounting products so that we can be very clear on the value proposition that integrated Sage CRM and Sage accounting products mean for our customers. So those are the key messages that we have to keep shouting out. And this was last year's, I'm sure we're going to get a suitable pithy quote coming down from the line managers as we prepare for our new financial year. But Sage, this is the quote coming down from Brian Macker and from Stephen McNichol, is that Sage has a long-term strategy for Sage CRM. Our target is to keep Sage CRM relevant and customers renewing and buying. We are modernizing the code and experience, innovating, and the team is freed to act like a startup as needed to accomplish this goal. And we are, I think, really the strategy is really biting now in this quarter, and into the new financial year. You'll see a real difference in the way in which we develop a increase of speed and alacrity. The velocity of development will be improving. So product vision, we want to be able to make sure that we have seamless integration capabilities. That's our top priority. We are an integrating product. We want to be able to offer our customers through the dashboard, through our reporting capabilities, a holistic view and actionable insights. We want to be able to make sure that our APIs are powerful and do what our customers need them to do. We want to be able to make sure that you as partners and developers can do everything that you want, and we want to be able to make sure that we're constantly looking at the interface to make sure that it is a delightful experience for our customers to use, and we want to be able to make sure that Sage CRM can be deployed easily wherever we need it to be, continuously innovating. And as part of that, we want to be able to offer improved scalability and performance, and we're actually putting investment into that to make sure that we're getting measures of our performance as well. And again, as I said, we're trying to simplify things as much as possible for you so that everyone understands the full fire hose of features that they get is something that isn't nickel and dimed into the experience, but customers pay their subscription and they get what they need when they want it without any additional cost. So Sage CRM is a 360 CRM product. It's a generalist CRM product. That means it is not a perfected product on any one particular department, whether that's marketing, sales, or customer service. It does mean that it offers all of the features across the board, allowing you as partners to be able to optimize around the customer's needs. And with the generalist features of the reporting engine and within the workflow and operational control elements within it, all of that automation is something that can be equally applicable, whatever department the our customers may actually need their first project deployed within. So we are equally as valuable inside the customer service department as in the dispatch department within side customer marketing, in terms of the accounting team as well. So the information flows across all of these different teams, and when it's integrated, we have that accounting information visible across all of the teams. So our mission is to make CRM continually as more relevant than ever in the work that we're doing. So that is, if you like, the fairly standard introduction that I would give. But I do want to reiterate that actually Sage CRM does allow us to position the product in a very effective way in terms of um, it being a generalist product that is very flexible, it's highly adaptable, easily configurable with zero to no code, low code within inside its implementation. And so it is very suitable for companies that are looking to grow as much as companies who are wishing to adapt to changing market conditions. We're able to look and message the fact that Sage CRM is already one of the first products to have implemented AI inside the product. We are using and getting experience in implementing different types of AI within the product as well, and we have a strategy to be able to do more and more with artificial intelligence of various sorts, whether that is in as you can see right now within the product, the user assistance, or whether it is algorithmic behavior to be able to summarize information, or to be able to use true generative AI to be able to help us with the generation of reporting and the definition of reports. So that's something that is we have a strategy for in our relationship with thinking about Sage Copilot. All of these things, the integration with the accounting products, these are all strong messages to be able to give to our prospects and our customers, to be able to demonstrate this is all part of a product that is going places. It has a future, and Sage is committed to this product. Now, this is where I am going to hand over to Elizabeth, and I'm conscious that she needs to get out of the building promptly in order to do a school run. So, Elizabeth, tell me when you want to move on.
I will. Thanks, Jeff, and apologies in advance that I do have to rush off, but I will catch the recording later to hear everything that Jeff has said after I leave. So be careful, Jeff. So if you can flick over to the next one. So just a very quick recap of the 2025 R1 release that came out in the summertime. The key feature here was obviously the update to Exchange Online integration. There are a few other improvements, some bug fixes, security enhancements as always, but this release is most important for customers who rely on the integration between Sage CRM and Exchange Online. So if, sorry, can you skip over, Jeff? Thank you. If you need to know more about this release, there's information on the Help Center, on the community, the Sage CRM community, Sage Community Hub as well. And it's there are blogs that explain how the integration was updated, updates to the wizards. Please go and have a look at the resources that are available there and point your customers in that direction as well. Thanks, Jeff. So this is the timeline for 25 R1 released in the various regions. So it started in Germany. It was released in France almost exactly 2 months ago. So it's been out. If you don't already have it and your customers are not aware of it, please do make them aware of it. It is an important release, especially for customers who use Microsoft Exchange Online integration. Thanks, Jeff. Just 2 days ago, we released a patch. This patch is designed for customers on 25R1. There are 3 issues that were fixed. You'll see a number of CRMS IDs there. That's because we got 3 different customer issues about the same problem. So the mail merge with IS auto login was broken in 25R1. We've fixed that now. There was another issue with Exchange integration where an appointment was created in Outlook by someone who is not a CRM user. That wasn't syncing to CRM. That is now fixed. And then finally, workflow. 2 issues behind that one, but many customers affected by this. So existing workflows couldn't be edited and saved, and it had a fairly profound effect on a lot of our users. So these are very important bugs to be fixed. They are now fixed in the patch. So if you have customers who are very upgraded to 25R1, there's a patch for them. It should be available everywhere. It was released on Monday. There's a README attached to the. Sorry, it's fine, Jeff. There's a README in the build, and it's also on the Help Center. And I think it may be attached. No, it won't be attached to the Community Hub, but it is on the Help Center. And there's an announcement about that as well. So having just released that patch, we are now full steam ahead with 25R2. The timeline is very short. As you can see, our release date is the end of October. This is subject to change. I need to emphasize that. We are aiming to hit that release date, but if it slips, we will let you know. We start with early builds to our beta program partners. If you are already part of the beta program and you get early builds for testing, thank you very much for the work that you do. It is invaluable to us to get your feedback. So thank you to all the partners who are in the beta program. And if you're not and you'd like to be, let us know. So you'll be getting early release builds of 25R2 in probably the 2nd week of October. It says the 6th, it'll probably be the 2nd of October. So 2nd week of October. R2 is focused around 3 areas. The first is the completion of the update to Exchange Online integration. So in 25R1, we added functionality to sync appointments. In 25R2, we're adding the functionality for contacts and tasks as well. So we're finalizing that modernization. It was a huge piece of work. I think if you were around when we were working on this, you'll appreciate it was quite a massive undertaking to update CRM to accommodate the changes that Microsoft had made. So not everything was in 25R1, but the final piece of it will be in 25R2. The next area that we're looking at is customer issues. So there are a number of really important customer issues that we need to address. We've identified those, we've prioritized them. So if there are issues that you are aware of, that you're waiting for a fix, let your opco know if it's something that is really urgent for you. But we have identified 20 to 25 issues that need to be done in this release, and we're focusing on those. And then finally, the third area for 25R2, drumroll, Jeff, is Sage CRM Labs. Drumroll and dancing. So this is a new feature. This is a new initiative. The idea behind the labs is to unlock the potential of Sage CRM. So what more can we do with the product? What more is possible? How do we experiment? How can people use new features, find new features without having to wait for a new version of the product, without having to wait for an update? So it's experimental is a key word here. We're hoping that we'll get feedback from partners and customers using these new features. So it may be an incubator for new features that we're trying out that are in the process of being built but can be used. So it's a way of getting feedback from customers and partners, trying out new ideas, and seeing what is possible with this product that we, many of you have been using for years and we've been working on for years. There's stuff in there that is not being used but is potential. So that's the idea behind the labs. It's being introduced in R2, and there are two key features. One of them is the implementation of webhooks that will enable real-time communication between CRM and external applications. So the idea is that we automate workflows and integrations. So that's one labs feature, and the second one is quote templates. So you can save a complex quote as a template, and then use it as a blueprint for similar quotes for other customers. So it'll streamline the process of responding to repetitive sales inquiries. So I am very excited about this, and Jeff is very excited about this, and this is one of those aspects of the product where we really do rely on your feedback to make this an important addition to CRM for customers. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, email me, email Jeff, let us know what you think. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. I'll listen out for the door slamming as you run out of the building. Thank you. It's now we're going to have a look at some of the recent activities that we've been engaged in, some of the things that, just to remind you that the pulse goes on and we are continually working. And what I'm really excited about, I did actually talk about this in July in the last session with you in the BPAC, but this is going to be real. So we definitely have got approval for Sage CRM to have a fully exposed inside the marketplace, Sage Marketplace, within the different appropriate territories for different products. And we expect to see the first at least one product get listed up onto the Sage Marketplace by the end of this financial year. So before the start of FY26, and then a flurry of them will take place in the Q1 of FY26. Something for me to do and make sure happens before the Christmas holidays to coincide with the release as well of to take advantage of the release of 2025 R2. This is extremely good news. It's something that we have missed out on as a product. We are now, though, firmly seeing this inside the market. And I expect where we've got existing customers on the marketplace, it'll be a very, very easy path, but it's also going to be a good path when it comes to being able to talk to partners who are not on the marketplace for another product, but will want to get on. If you are a development partner and you have a CRM integration, you have a CRM component, then this is going to be very good. It's going to be another element of visibility for you and visibility for us as a product, reminding all of the marketplace that Sage engages with that we exist. Okay, we completed this month actually a set of free training, and I'm very grateful. We had typically around 18 to 20 people attending the training every day. I was very pleased with the numbers of who came along to the training. It's all free. It's all part of that revision of our training materials. We have something like 220 plus short videos around the product up on the Sage support and training YouTube channel. It is something that you should be pushing your customers too, and your own staff too. It's useful for colleagues, it's useful for developers, it's useful for everyone to be able to make sure that you know how Sage CRM works. We're trying to make sure that it's as transparent as possible. It allows us to be evangelical about the product as well. One of the things that I'm enormously pleased about is that this is just a selection of some of the articles that have appeared up on the Sage community. Sage Community communityhub.sage.com. But if you want to get straight into the blogs, you can go into blog.sagecrm.com, and you'll find that it's not just me who writes blog articles anymore. I'm being supplanted by people like Santi in Australia, Seema, who's my colleague in Dublin, who are writing technical articles and basically improving the set of information available to all of us as we work with Sage CRM. So new stuff appearing as well within the Partner Hub. I am minded that not everyone uses the Partner Hub. You should be able to have access to it through your email address and through a Sage ID. Please do try and get hold of the Sage Partner Hub. There should be representations for each of the operating companies, I believe. Certainly, I have to check boxes as to which operating companies the data should be visible within. But if you have a look there, that's the QR code that will take you straight into looking at the Sage CRM resources. And again, since our last meeting, we have been publishing new resources, actually a couple more really of a mix of technical guides and marketing collateral. The developer opportunities with integration with Sage CRM is obviously talking about the different development options that you have for Sage CRM, giving a high level sense before somebody dives into understanding which API is the right one. And then you've got another slide, well, I think it's a nerdy document, but it is to explain the responsibilities where people are looking at controlled environments and they're wanting to understand the relevance of ISO 27001 for Sage CRM and the SOC 2 standard as well. So a couple of new resources added in, and of course that's where you will get anywhere of the product guides like the what's new in Sage CRM 25R1. So before I go on into talking about the actual roadmap and the roadmap philosophies, I want to go back to where we were talking about messaging and thinking about really the idea of objections. We've been living with a product that has had a design makeover in 2022 R2, 3 years in to the product, and there probably isn't a month that goes by without some partner telling me how little they like the interface. There was a lot of thought that went into the interface to try and make it improve the usability, to improve its design, to improve its standardization, and make it look like a core Sage product. But there are a number of different criticisms within about that 2022 visual style guide. Now, it's not that I'm going to knock back and say of course everything is perfect, but what I am going to say is that Sage CRM really is designed to allow you to be able to override it and to make it match whatever your customers' requirements are. So in terms of visual branding, in terms of the visual stylistic effects, reminding you that you can override this. You've got the ability to be able to override themes with the cascading style sheets. This is something that can be done simply by opening up the a CSS file, and to be able to map in the new elements that you want to change quite dramatically the look and feel of Sage CRM in a safe way, in a supported way, in a way that doesn't introduce a new theme, but rather adds a theme override. And we have example themes that example style sheets that you can use to be able to do this. And you can see how differently you can make Sage CRM appear. And even we have partners like My CRM Manager who have created absolutely fantastic new themes, which actually in a way will go back and use the best elements of the pre-2022 R2 design elements, like some of the icon sets, the color schemes, and it's worth having a look at this free override from My CRM Manager. It's called the Newport theme, and the point is that that's free. It's something that My CRM Manager shares out of their kindness of their heart, and it is just to remind us that what we need to do is to not get knocked back by customers who are saying, well, it doesn't look like Monday. And if it doesn't look like Monday.com, well, you can make it look like Monday.com if you want to change and turn up the candy-colored controls within inside the interface to match customer expectations. So this is just a public information broadcast to say, I don't want to hear anyone saying they don't like the interface, because you can change the interface in a safe way, in a supported way, using the overrides. Now, I'm going to step on, and I'm now going to go and raise really where we're going in terms of messaging. And where we're going in terms of messaging is the next big events that I'm heading off to, and I think several of us here are going to be heading off to, is actually TPAC. The TPAC conferences for us are starting to be the real main conferences that in which we can very much engage within a passionate group of partners, development partners, and they are fantastic. The Sage Asia one has got a very strong set of keynote speakers. I don't mean just me, but it is people like Rob Sinfield, who will be talking about the whole direction of ERP products within inside Sage. You've got Richard Jang and John Thomas from the Sage 300 team speaking at TPAC Asia as well. I'm joining in, and then commercially across the APAC region, you've got representatives from the Sage team talking about strategy there. But it's mostly led by partners, and that's the amazing thing. This is a partner organized conference, and it means that the objectives are all really driven by the needs of partners. It's in October. If you are free and available and you want to go to Vietnam and you want to be able to take part in a fantastic learning event, then I would thoroughly recommend this conference to you as well. And the reason I'm mentioning it is that some things are embargoed until then, because I was going to be talking about the roadmap, but actually our roadmap is being held off until we can announce it at TPAC. So I am not going to tell you the details of our roadmap until 2030. What I'm going to do is instead, I'm going to go through some of the design philosophies and reasoning that we're engaged in as we are developing the roadmap. And so what should I point out? Well, we are a 360 generalist CRM product. And this looks at what Sage CRM is. The fact that it can do lead and opportunity management, it can do email and SMS marketing, the fact that it can do for customer service SLA and queue management, the fact that it has got custom reports built into it. It's a fantastically rich product with modules that cover every single feature that you would want, and you don't need to have a series of point solutions that build up to an average CRM experience. This is a complete CRM product that covers all of the customer requirements. But there are gaps, and we've done the analysis, and we've shared this with you. This is now sort of 6 months ago, and the 5 strategic gaps that we've started to identify mean that we are going to have to do really quite a lot of thinking around this. Now, I am going to share just one more slide. We're coming to the end, really, of where of the session right now. But we know that we need to do more with mobile. We know we need to be able to provide offline provision. We know we need to be able to introduce more artificial intelligence in just about every aspect of the experience. We know that we need to be able to look at the richness of our data and think about both the inbound communication and outbound communication, and how we can use every single channel that the business may need to use. We know we need to enrich the marketing tools that we have, and we need to address some of the concerns that our customers have about movement of data into something like MailChimp. And we need to be able to address the need for customers who do not want to code, they just want to be able to configure their product in the way that they need, and to be able to implement business rules without any need to resort to an if-then statement. So, what does all that mean? The labs is the first part of it. So the first effort, we're already building and testing and working out how we can add in changes, quite serious new features into CRM, which can be unplugged if people don't like it. The whole idea is that this is a suck it and see. If it works, fantastic. We may well then decide to implement it as a feature, but we may just keep it as a labs feature because we don't want to clutter up the experience for all customers if they don't need to have something like quote templates, or they don't need to enable webhooks. Why put that feature in if you don't need it? But it could be a library shipped with the product that you can then choose to decide that's what we want to be able to use. Now, we also are engaged in conversations. This week and last week, I've been engaged in a lot of conversations with different software companies about the idea of directly inside CRM being able to address these different strategic weaknesses. So the idea of we've been talking to one particular customer to provide us with an alternative, one particular developer who can provide us with an alternative to MailChimp to be able to provide a much richer experience with e-marketing, and to be able to look at ways in which we can do communication from within CRM all the way through, if necessary, into things like Teams and Slack and etc. We want to be able to look at how we and that is going pretty well. We anticipate being able to announce new elements within Sage CRM within the 2026 cycle. So either 2026 R1, 2026 R2. And we also want to be able, and we're also in conversation with companies who have very good mobile solutions and solutions that will allow us to turn Sage CRM, instead of being a CRM centric way of working, to being, say, an Outlook centric way of working. So you're working within your main communication tool and then saving work directly into CRM rather than having to switch to CRM and then pull in information from the email client. And we want to be able to look as well at how we can use and address the use AI to address the challenge that our customers very often have very peculiar needs when it comes to their mobile solutions. They want to be able to take voice notes. They want to be able to work down a mine. They want to be able to work in situations where there is absolutely no chance of having access to a Wi-Fi signal. They want to be able to have access to not just the CRM data, but the accounting system data to be able to know whether or not an order can be fulfilled if placed that day while the salesperson is on the customer site. So there's all sorts of things. We're talking at the moment, right now, with ISVs to be able to look at including buttons directly inside CRM, which will sign up to services, which then add that integration directly into Sage CRM. We are serious about addressing our strategic gaps and making sure that you have access to the best tool for your customers. Now, I think I'm just about at the end, so let's see if anyone has got any questions. So in which case, I'm going to say thank you so much, everyone. It has been very good seeing you again. I do hope that it's been a useful session. See you on the 19th. If not, see you at TPAC. Bye-bye.